you about trade. As you know, new figures today show the trade deficit widening more than expected. Exports strong, but imports surging due to higher oil prices. And so I guess my question is, for the balance of 2011, are you expecting the trade picture to deteriorate?
Well, I think, one, we need to have a little more honest discussion about the trade deficit. Part of, at least what I do, and it's not our responsibility to collect data. I mean, we are trade negotiators and enforcers. But, if the deficit is broadening principally because of what's happening with the price of oil, and I don't mean to be flippant, to some degree, the fact that our economy is growing and consumer spending is growing, if you look back historically, our trade deficit sort of widens the better our economy is doing. So that may not necessarily be a bad thing. But what I am excited about is the fact that our exports were up exponentially, a very strong level. They were a record $167 billion, which was $4 billion up from December's level of 2010, but almost 16% higher than our exports were a year ago. So in the broader context, when you ask me to look at 2011, what we're most sort of tracking is how are we doing against our goal of doubling exports. And rough numbers, that would require roughly a 15% growth, and we are well ahead of that pace. And we saw strong growth in our exports. And I think just as critically, if you want to dig into it, a big part of the growth was in manufacturing and supplies, and frankly in the auto sector. So I think that's a good picture. We obviously want to watch the deficit number, but let's put it in perspective of the overall picture.